Okay, hey everybody. We're going to paint this lovely little Cats in the Park picture right here. So, I have my color palette ready. It's pretty simple. There's red, white, black, gray, and a dark gray. Now, remember everybody, we start off with a blank canvas. This is a 6x6. You can buy it at Walmart. This one I used to show. It's getting kind of dirty. Maybe I should paint over it. Anyway, so I already have one pre-painted gray, so I'm going to pause, get things set up, and I'll be right back. And you can go ahead and paint your canvas gray, or if you want your background another color, say sky blue, dark blue, you can just paint it that color, but we're going to use gray. So get ready guys, here we go. Okay, we're back. Now the first thing we're going to paint is some grass at the bottom of our canvas. So we can get like a little bit of light gray, or you can use black, just whatever. And I usually, don't get too much paint on my brushes. So, you just want to paint little, like it's little grass. It's not going to be major. It's not going to be too bright, or, you just go through there and kind of just slap it on. There's no rhyme or reason. It don't have to look any certain way. We're just kind of dabbing it on. Maybe get a little touch more paint, not much. Okay, and that right there will be our grass, and we'll probably go touch that up later, but this just gives you kind of a a base to where your bottom is, because it's going to look kind of like this. And see, I have a little bit of black in there, so let's just go ahead and use the same brush because we're putting a darker color on. And we'll just go in, we'll just put a little stroke of black here and there, and we'll go back over and touch it up. Because this is supposed to be moonlight, so, it could be like little shadows on your grass, because obviously in the dark, everything's not going to be too bright, So this is, there's no pattern to it. It's just whatever you like. It gives it a little bit of, like that. And I'm going to actually make the bench on this one a little bigger. But first we're going to start with the cats. So I have to get myself a clean brush here. I'll put it down here where you all can see my brushes. And I'm going to, like I said, try to make the cats bigger. So I'm going to use this as a reference to kind of look at it as we go, because I'm kind of a visual person here. And I actually found this on a pillow, and that's where I used it to, paint. So we're going to start about, I don't know if you all can see, maybe about midway. And the first thing we're going to do, and I might make mistakes on this, and I'm just going to go back and fix it. You just make a little arch here, like that's her head. A little ear, like this. And I've already got the ear off. My brush is a tad too big. But then we're going to just draw her face. I'm just assuming the lighter colored one is the girl. Draw her face. And then her neck, and it's going to go on down here. And then we're going to draw, see that, just kind of like a circle. I don't know, you all might have trouble seeing through my hands, but this is more like a line, and then it curves back down because they're going to kind of be cheek to cheek. And then I need some more paint, and then we're going to kind of go down. We'll go in, then we go, well, my hand's in the way so you all can't hardly see me. And I think I got my grass up too high, but that's alright. We're going to make it just fine. Let's see here. We're going to draw it out like this, like she's setting. And we can go ahead and fill that in. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. And then I might take and do her a little tail like this. So I'm going to fill all this in, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've filled in my cat, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and because we have to go back over it again. Now I'm going to get that same brush that I painted the grass with, because it already has black on it, and I'm going to start my black cat. Now, as a matter of fact, I changed my mind. I need a lot smaller brush. You kind of need to paint on canvases this, and you're going to on canvases this size, and when you're painting, you know, detailed stuff, you need smaller brushes. So you can see about my thumb how big those brushes are. It makes it so much nicer. It gives you more control over what you're painting. I try not to get my hand in the way this time. Again, I need to dab off a little of that paint. Right now I'm just like tracing, like when you're drawing something. So I want to go slightly above the girl cat's head and make my boy cat's head about the same. And he's going to see that little line. I'll go in a little closer and give him his little ear. And there's his little ear again. And his head comes out. And see, we're going to just draw him kind of like there, cheek to cheek. See that? And then it's his body right up next to hers. And we're going to draw his neck in a little. And go down so far, see that? Just about the bottom of her neck, a little down past that. But then we're going to give him his, we might have to fix this a little here, tweak it and make it better. We're going to give him his body. See that? Now he's going to be sitting on the bench here, so I just drew him a body, and we're going to give him his tail also. Okay, now I'm going to fill that in. I'll be back. Okay, now we have that done. Now I'm kind of going to wait for them to dry, and while they're drying, we're going to go up and we're going to paint our little moon in the sky. So I'm going to use that same white brush, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab some of this lighter gray color, because it isn't going to hurt it to have the white on it when it smears color, because your moon is going to be kind of, you know, multicolored anyway. So just go up here kind of off to the left and maybe, you know, roughly drawing the moon the size of maybe a quarter, you know, and then you'll want to, I'll have to go back and touch this up, but anyway, I'm going to fill in my moon. I'll go back and touch this up in a few minutes. Anyway, I'm going to fill that in, and then we're just going to kind of use the same brush and kind of just lightly, we're not going to add any more paint, kind of just, you know, go around it like, you know, kind of like that, like it's clouds and it's, you know, dusk. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go back over my moon and give it, because I smeared through it there a little, I kind of messed it up. That's what I told you, it's easy about paintings to kind of fix it. And since we're just doing this for fun, it's alright. There, now I'm going to take a little bit of the dark gray. I'm using the same brush because I don't really care if it, you know, smears a little, because I want it to look like the moon, like there's little craters, and you know, I don't want it to look exact. And then I might, you know, go back over it here and there. I might even use my finger, I think. Which didn't do much. Anyway, you can kind of see, we can work on that. You can work on that till you get it kind of the way you want it. And even if, I think I might have that a little bit more dark than I like, so I'm just using my fingers. Kind of, I need to get my little paint rag over here. I have a rag off the camera I can wipe my fingers on to get the paint off. Anyway, I want to get some of that paint out of there so I can do it again. Whoop! Used the wrong one, didn't I? See, I'm showing you how to make mistakes. Anyway, I'm going to work on this. What I'm going to do is just basically get it a lighter color because I've messed it up, but that's alright. And so while everything else, I'm going to let everything dry, and I'm going to work on my moon, and then I'm going to come back. And you all can work on your moon, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I touched up my moon a little. I'll have to let things dry. Okay, yours should look similar to this. Now I got another brush. It's kind of a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, a little bit flatter. Let's lay it down here. A little bit flatter. instead of so pointed for details. And we're going to draw our bench. So we're going to go over here and get the red. And again, I don't like a lot of paint on there, so I tap it off. And the first thing we're going to do is draw a straight line just a little bit past the cat's tail across the bottom to past the cat's tail on this side. And okay, are you ready, folks? We're going to start here. We're going to go right at the bottom of the cat's and draw that line across there. And see, my paint wasn't quite dry, so now I have black in my red. But that's alright, because as I keep telling you guys, we'll have to paint it a couple times. So right now we're just getting the base of the bench. And I'd like for the space on this and the space on this side both to be about the same from the edge. So you want to make sure your cats are dry, because if you draw this line through them for the next, stripe of the bench, it's going to smear like crazy. So I'm not going to just do that just yet. I'm going to let this stuff dry and we'll come back in a minute. So there we have it. It's looking like a painting, alright guys. I'll be back in a minute when things are dry. Okay guys, it's not really quite dry yet, but I wanted to show you that right in here where these two cats joined, I had an empty space. It showed gray, so I went ahead and done my black over like it was the cat's foot. So you all can do that. And also while I wait, I'm put my initials down here in the bottom, which you guys can put yours on your painting too. And while I wait for that red to dry, I'm going to grab another small paintbrush and get some red on it. Kind of dab it off like I always do over here. But we're going to put just slightly down here in the corner, just a little red heart while we wait. And I'm going to try to make it look a little bit more even. There we go. That's their little heart while we wait. We got them a little heart. And you can fill it in or not fill it in. It's your choice. I might just fill this one in just to be different. Okay, and I'm still waiting on my cat stuff to dry. I might try to make a line on the bench, but if it messes up, I guess you'll all just see how it looks when it messes up. Okay, here we go. Now, we're only going to have 3, so I want to do the next one. I'm going to start at the top. I think I'm going to go right below her tail. And we're going to go across like this. We're going to try see how that did that. But it's alright. Basically, it's just showing me my line. I can go back and do it red later. We'll just pretend like that's a pencil line. But anyway, you're going to kind of see where it's going to go. And it's going to be about... And I'm not worrying about that color because I'm just going to use it as a, to show myself where to color the next line. And then the third one is going to go right through here. Okay, we're back. I had a little camera trouble, but you remember I drew lines through there and they kind of smeared the paint, look like that. And I went ahead and repainted the 3 little straight lines, look like the bench. And then I gave a straight line on each side, as you can see, like that. And I left a little spot to show you when it's dry. You just kind of, you just kind of paint over it. See that? Anyway, if you go and you kind of mess up like I just did because I was trying to hold the camera like right in there, I'll just go back and repaint that black. But pretty much that's your cat. That's how to paint it. I did trace my heart in black so you could see it better. I added my initials. And I'm trying to make this short, so there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, check out Bless This and That. Until next time, people, God bless.